Hey, Remote World Entertainment and Hellboy, the Crooked Man, has cast its brand new Hellboy, and it comes in the form of actor Jack Kesy, who for most people will know from the TV series The Strain, but apparently he was in Deadpool 2, not as in Deadpool as well as in Deadpool 2, the second movie. So there's a bit of an article here that reads: the upcoming Hellboy reboot, Hellboy the Crooked Man, has found its lead star. Deadline reports that Jack Kesy has just been cast to play Hellboy in the film that's currently in the works at Millennium Media. Kesy has experience in comic book movies, having previously played Black Tom Cassidy in the Marvel sequel Deadpool 2. His other film credits include Baywatch, Death Wish, and The Outpost. And he recently appeared in the movies The Outpost, Dark Web, however you pronounce that, Cydia or something like that, 3301, and Without Remorse. Kesy also previously starred in FX series The Strain, as well as the TNT series Claws. You'd probably recognise him. Well, you'd recognise his image from The Strain. He was the rock star. If you've watched The Strain, he was the rock star on the plane who gets infected. I think he was the first to get infected and became the first master in the show. But he's going to now be Hellboy. He's got kind of that jawline anyway for the portrayal, and he's not a small dude. He's a fairly big dude. Like he's not tiny or anything. Like, he's not massive, but he's not tiny. But I'm still trying to figure out why they want to try and do this movie. And are they planning to have it on the big screen? Like, you would assume so. I don't think they're going to be doing this to dump it on Netflix or something. They could. I don't know. But it's very strange. Very strange that they want to really kind of push new Hellboy movies when the last movie was a disaster. The original two, although beloved by people, they weren't earners at the box office. And I just think, and they're confirming again that this new one will be again a R-rated movie. That didn't really work out for them the last time, and I don't see why it would work out for them this time. Because the one thing to keep in mind when they do something like that is you limit how many people can see the movie. You know, the original two movies were PG-13, so you could get a wider audience. But the one thing I will give them for this is at least they're making it an added name to it, so they're not confusing the audience. Like when the new one was coming out, it was just called Hellboy, and everyone was like, "What? Like, Hellboy is this the third movie? Like, they've actually done it?" And it was like, no, it's a remake. Why didn't they call it like Hellboy something? So at least they're doing that, but I still don't understand why they're doing another Hellboy, or, well, trying to do another reboot of Hellboy. And there's nothing really else known other than, like, for the film itself, other than the comic book writer is writing it, which sounds good, which I suppose it is in one way, but it's also it might not work out as well because they might get so, it has to be this, it has to be that, it has to be that. And there's no guarantee that his story would work on the big screen or any screen. You know, just look at J.K. Rowling when they let her write Fantastic Beasts 2, whatever it was called. What was it? The Crimes of Grindelwald, or was that the second one? Whichever the second one was. And it was trash. And the same with, even though the first movie was trash. And the same with the 50 Shades movies. Even though they were dog shit as well. They let the writer of the book write the scripts and screenplay for the second movie, and people said that was the most unintentional comedy they'd ever seen. It was so bad. But yeah, Hellboy again, I don't know. Hellboy might work as a series if they could do that, but I think it would cost too much. But anyway, there's your new Hellboy, Jack Kesy. I suppose very little known, but whatever. It doesn't need to be a really big name, because let's face it, it's probably not going to be pulling much people in. And with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.